Title: Adeola, the fat girl in the heart of a small village in Nigeria, where the sun kissed the earth with golden warmth, and the palm trees swayed gently in the breeze, lived a girl named Adeola. She was unlike the other girls in the village. She was large and round, her body full of soft curves like the ripples of the great river that flowed nearby. Adeola was always happy, her laughter echoing through the village like the sweetest of songs. But many of the villagers, especially the younger ones, were cruel to her because of her size. They called her names and teased her, but Adeola never let it get her down. She would smile at them and continue about her day, her heart as light as a feather. One day, as the village prepared for the annual yam festival, news spread that a great challenge would be held. The elders had declared that whoever could carry the heaviest yam from the farthest field to the village square would be rewarded with a special prize, an intricately carved golden calabash, said to be blessed by the gods. The strongest young men and women of the village prepared for the challenge. They trained hard, lifting heavy stones and racing each other across the fields. Adeola watched them, her eyes full of curiosity. She wondered if she could join the challenge, but the villagers laughed at the idea. Adeola, you carry the heaviest yam? You can't even walk to the market without stopping to catch your breath. They jeered, but Adeola's spirit was undeterred. She decided that she would participate, not to prove anything to the others, but to test her own strength. On the day of the challenge, as the sun rose and the villagers gathered in the square, Adeola stepped forward to take her place among the competitors. The others scoffed and shook their heads, but the elders allowed her to compete. One by one, the contestants set off, lifting yams as large as themselves and carrying them across the fields. The journey was long and arduous, and the sun beat down on their backs, making the task even more grueling. Adeola took a deep breath and chose a yam. It was the largest of them all, bigger than any she had ever seen. With a quiet determination, she bent down, wrapped her arms around it, and began to lift. Her muscles strained and sweat beaded on her forehead, but she did not give up. Slowly, steadily, she hoisted the yam onto her shoulder. The villagers watched in amazement as Adeola, step by step, carried the enormous yam across the field. Her body, once mocked for its size, now moved with incredible strength and grace. She did not stop to rest, her eyes fixed on the village square, her heart beating in time with her footsteps. When she finally reached the square, the crowd erupted in cheers. Adeola placed the yam gently on the ground and stood tall, her chest heaving with exhaustion but her face radiant with pride. The elders approached her, their eyes full of respect. "You have shown us the true meaning of strength, Adeola," they said. "It is not in the size of the body, but in the size of the heart and the will." They presented her with the golden calabash, and as she held it in her hands, she felt a warmth spread through her, a blessing from the gods themselves. From that day on, the villagers no longer mocked Adeola for her size. They celebrated her as a symbol of resilience and strength, a reminder that true power comes from within. Adeola's story was passed down through generations, inspiring young girls and boys to believe in themselves, no matter what others might say. And every year at the Yam Festival, the villagers would tell the tale of Adeola, the fat girl who showed them all the true meaning of strength. And so, the legend of Adeola lived on, a beacon of hope and courage in the hearts of all who heard it.